Hello, my name is Nushad Ali and I am presenting a Java project with my team. First of all, meet my team members.
Hello, my name is Devesh.
Hello, myself Jahnavi Kashyap.
Hello, I'm Rashi. We are working on word counter project.
So, first of all, we'll design a user interface to interact with the application by using Java Swing that allow user to input the text or load the document.
In the interface, we will provide an input area where users can enter the text and utilize it. Now we will implement the logic of word count for counting words. Basic outline for the logic is
First, read the input text file, then split the text into individual words using white space along with iterating over the words and increment a count for each individual word. Now, display the word count result to the user.
We can use a separate area to show the total number of words found in the input text. At least compiler the Java source code and provide clear instruction for user on how to run the program.
in Java, a graphical user interface allows users to interact with a program by using graphical elements like buttons, windows, and text field etc. Java provides many libraries and frameworks to create GUI application, but the most famous ones are Java Swing and Java FX. Let's create a GUI application in Java. Depending on the GUI library we are using, you need to import several packages. For Swing, we typically import packages from Java Swing and Java.awt. In Swing, this is usually a JFrame object. The top level container represents the main window of the application. GUI components are the building blocks of the application, such as buttons, labels, text field, and panels, etc. Once we have created and configured our components, we add them to the panel by using appropriate methods provided by the library. For example, in Swing, we use add method to add the container to the component. GUI applications respond to user action through event handling. You need to define event listener and handlers for components to handle user interactions such as button clicks or mouse overs. In Swing, you typically use interfaces like action listener. Finally, you make the top level container visible by calling the setVisible method true on the frame. This displays the GUI on the screen.
Event handling in Java refers to the process of responding to users such as button clicks, mouse movements, and keyboard inputs. Action listeners are interfaces that define methods to handle specific events. In Java, the most commonly used action listener interface is Action Listener. Let's see how it works. To handle an event using Action Listener interface, we need to create a class that implement Action Listener interface. In our class, we need to provide an implementation for the action performed method. This method contains the code that will be executed. When the corresponding event is triggered, the method receives an action event, which provides information about the event. To associate a specific event source, we need to register it using appropriate method provided by the GUI library. In Swing, we use addActionListener method to register the listener. When the registered event occurs, such as button click, the action performed method
Text processing and word counting in Java involve manipulating text data and analyzing the occurrence of word in a given text. Here is an explanation of how we can perform text processing and word counting in Java. First, we need to obtain the text we want to process. This can be done by reading the text from a file, taking user input, or retrieving text from an external source. Java provides various classes for reading text such as file reader or scanner. Once we have the text, we need to break it down into individual words. Tokenization is the process of splitting a text into smaller units. In Java, we can use the split method of the string class, which split a string into an array of substring based on a Delimiters. Common delimiter for word tokenization are spaces, punctuation marks, or any non-alphanumeric character. After, after tokenizing the text, we can count the occurrence of each word, iterate through each tokenized word, check if it is exist in hash map or tree map, and update the count accordingly. If the word does not exist in the map, add it with a count of 1.
Keyboard events and key listener interface in Java provide a way to handle user interaction with the keyboard, such as pressing or releasing keys. Here is an explanation of how we can work with keyboard events and key listener interface in Java. To handle keyboard events, we need to create a class that implements the key listener interface. This interface defines the three methods: key pressed, key released, and key typed, which are called when the corresponding keyboard events occur. In the class, provide implementation for the methods defined in the key listener interface based on the specific keyboard event you want to handle. Key pressed method is called when a key is initially pressed down. Key released method is called when a key is released. Key typed method is called when a key is typed. To associate the key listener with a specific component such as JFrame, we need to register it using the add key listener method provided by the GUI library. This method is typically called on a component that should receive keyboard events. When the registered keyboard events occur, the corresponding method in the key listener implementation will be called automatically. Inside these methods, we can write desired logic to respond the keyboard events.
Now let's run our code. This is our code, and when we run it, it will give output like this. And we have written here, this is our Java project, and here it is giving word count of 5.